to a different level.
So is ninth grade the only level that these people do this reading plus?
This is actually set up, you can do it 9-12. We did it this year just with our ninth grade because it meshed right in with our English survey. We were talking about where we could put this, and Cigna again said, you know what, English survey fits this perfectly. So that's where it set itself.
Well, and in addition to that, Kevin's job performance goal has been related to improving reading achievement at the high school.
Right.
And really studying and just kind of investigating, so what is it that we, and that happened to be that this all fell into place. Jill Sundblad is an AEA consultant who knew kind of what we were struggling with, and she knew about these kids because she worked with Sac and Willie through Auburn enough to know here was a group of kids, and she was looking for a school or two because the company had contacted the AEA. And she just said, well, here's some schools that might be interested. She sent some emails out, and Kevin was like, what do you think? Should we try it? I'm like, it will not hurt kids. Our philosophy is, you know what, we're not hurting kids. Let's just try it and see if it works. When she has snagged me when I've been up in the hall, what I'm amazed at, because I know all of these kids, is they're actually reading. They're actually reading, and you go in that room, and they're engaged in reading and doing what they're supposed to do. I mean, you can stand over their back while they're doing it, and they're engaged in reading. And they don't pick up books and just read them for pleasure, because, well, I can see why. It's been hard for them. And when I get done, do I really even know what I've read? You know, we keep trying to talk ourselves into this. We just got it. This may not be the silver bullet, and just be careful that, you know. But the thing is, they're at least participating, and they're reading more than they've ever read before. And there's lots of data to back up the fact that the more you read, the better reader you are. Okay, so they're reading, so that's the really best, and it's at their instructional level.
Right. And plus they're seeing some success in the process. This is something that we look at, you know, when the certificate or whatever they get shows they're being successful too, and that, you know, success breeds success. So
Cygnus, they put those certificates up, and the brother of one of the boys in ninth grade walked in, and he was looking at those, and she said, well, your brother's certificate's up there, and he said, I know. All we hear about it.
I think it's great.
And she was pleased, though, that
Poor guy. Okay, so we have another year free, and then what is the cost of this after?
we don't know.
That's where they grab you, huh?
Hopefully we're not going to.
I think we should look at it a different way. You know, it's going to cost us money, but it's going to make our kids that much better. I think it's really important.
well, in the first year, if the district decides to pay for it, you have to divide that by 3, really, because you've gotten 3 years of good out of payment for it as well. Right? And if, you know, really, if half of these kids, if it really affects even half of them, it's a big, big improvement. And we've got a really big class coming from 8th grade, just about 90 kids. There's some kids in there that will probably be some candidates again next year to move in. And you know, if this works for some kids but it doesn't others, that's how instruction is too. What works for Chris might not work for Jack. And that's why he's trying to find, so what is it that, you know, that you can hook somebody with?
Well, it'd be nice if we didn't have to have the program.
Sure.
If all the kids could read, but it's probably not going to happen that way.
Exactly. Yeah.
Reading is the most fundamental of education.
Most important, I think.
So do you test every ninth grader coming in next year?
No. Typically what it is, the kids that are put in the English survey, then we'll be involved with Reading Plus then. And that's based on reading scores from the middle school, teacher recommendation, that type of thing, then they're put in the English survey. Yeah. And typically you've got about anywhere from a fourth to a third of those kids are in English survey, somewhere down the city.
So for real nicest thing, maybe she could teach the next instructor.
Well, that has been mentioned to her already.
I actually asked her if she would come back and just teach them. And you know, I said, you know, saying that this isn't any more about the program than it is about you. Oh, yeah. I said, no, it's your relationship with these kids. And I said, what would you think of coming back next year and just doing this for a couple of years? And she didn't say no. Actually, she didn't say yes either, but she didn't say so. So, anyway.
Any other questions on the board report you want to ask me about? Yeah.
I have a question. I don't know, it was in the section a few, 3, I don't know, years ago, on a senior spotlight, and his pet peeve is not having food, and the third, I think he called it a wave. Is that a consistency that we're not having food?
I saw that too.
Not that I'm aware
Are
of.
we not feeding these children? And
No,
then-
no, trust me. When I'm down there for working lunch, they're going through, they've got plenty to eat. So I don't know where that would come from. I have no idea.
Okay.
No, we usually don't have issues with food. They've got
Okay.
plenty.
Yeah, I just noticed that.
It has happened in the elementary and, whatever too. so.
Not that I'm aware of.
Yeah,
it.
that's okay.
It
And by the
happens
way,
when, like, the really good stuff that they like.
The really
they
good
might eat
stuff?
like, and there's never enough for that.
Oh, chili and cinnamon roll day.
Yeah.
Those are the premium, yeah. They're loading up on that, so.
I've never been to one sit there for.
yeah, there was plenty of. Okay, I just noticed that.
You always have plenty of tuna too, by the way. So. Anything else?
Okay, on the reading program, I'm assuming that if we could beef up the elementary and the middle school programs, maybe there would be kids that wouldn't need this in high school, right? And I'm assuming we're working on all of that.
Oh, I mean, reading intervention is intermeshed from elementary to the middle school to the high school, yeah. I think the elementary picks up the bulk of them, and you get some of those off reading intervention, the middle school picks up a few more, and if there's still some there, then the high school has the students that haven't achieved that level yet of intervention that still need that support, sure.
Do you have anything else on the report?
I should just mention the bottom thing about Larissa Rupp now. If you get a chance to talk to her, she'll be, she's getting ready to go to St. Louis. In fact, she's had kind of a whirlwind last couple weeks here. She was invited to go to the National Science Convention in Philadelphia, free of charge, by the way, for her active role in biotechnology. So she'll be leaving for that. I think it's next week. And then the following week, she's going to take her biotechnology kids to Monsanto, at the Monsanto headquarters in St. Louis. Monsanto will pick them up at the Omaha airport, fly them down free of charge in a private jet. Oops, that was my thought. Anyway, and so she's pretty excited right now, and it's a testimony to our vocational classes and things that they do. Monsanto is very interested in what she's doing with kids in regards to the area of biotechnology. They're impressed that the kids can speak the language of biotech, which is one thing that, obviously as you read and hear about in the ag programs and stuff like that, biotechnology is definitely in the forefront right now. So, like I said, she's excited, and that's a testimony to her abilities and what she's doing in the ag department. So.
She's on the National Soy Council, and she's been part of a group writing a curriculum for biotechnology based around plant materials. And they have 3 ag teachers in the United States that are on this board, and so she's been part of writing that curriculum. We're going to release that curriculum at the National Science Teachers Convention in Philadelphia. What they've written it for is that most biotechnology is taught across the nation in ag programs. That's the most common place to find it, and they want it in the K-12 classroom, especially in school science classes, so more than just ag students get it. And she's kind of whining around about she had the chance to go, but she'd have to pay her own way and release them there. And I'm like, I really don't think we can pay for just you to go fly you out there, your hotel room and whatever. Well, the next morning then, the state of Iowa decided to send 2 teachers, the National Ag Teacher of the Year, and then to send her as well. Then it was just a question of, can I have a sub to be able to go? And she'll be one of 3 people helping debut the biotech curriculum to all of the National Science Teachers Convention. And what I'm wondering is, if you talk to her about it, you better have half an hour, because she cannot quit talking. She needs medicine for how excited she is. And I'm afraid they're going to have like a gag on her to stop her, because it's really her passion, is biotechnology, and I can't imagine that she'll fit in any time slot that they have for her at that convention. But she's pretty excited, and it's pretty awesome to think that one of our teachers, first of all, is on that national board, and then helped wrote the curriculum, and that's really good. And you should be proud of. She's just indicative of those other instructors. It's not that she's better than them, but indicative of the quality of that vocational area. So, I think we can keep her. Yeah.
Next thing you know, she'll be asking for a sabbatical.
Right.